I'm here in Medjugorje and I'm with, what's your name?
Teresa,
Teresa, where are you from?
California.
California. How often have you been in
This is my 21st trip.
Wow, why do you come back all the time?
Peace, and it's my happy place.
I see it. I see it.
I've been to other Marian shrines and they're beautiful, but there's something very, very special about Medjugorje that she touches her. Our Lady just touches our heart. You feel you're so close to her. Almost when you land and split, it's just like she's waiting for us, and she's just hugging us and holding us and guiding us. And that's what she did on my first trip.
How did that happen? When did you hear about Medjugorje?
I heard about it from my aunt, who was coming when it was Yugoslavia, and I thought she was crazy. I was not really into the faith, so I thought she was crazy to go to a communist country. And it took my mom's death, sadly, for me to realize that life is short and I better do something about it. And then my aunt did go to Medjugorje and told me about it and gave me a Wayne Bible book. When I was on the airplane, a voice said to me, "Your life will never be the same." And then I came March of 1990 for the first time.
And what happened then?
I heard the evil one speaking to me, telling me that Mary was not here. And of course, at the time, I didn't know who it was speaking to me. I was not in the state of grace. I was married civilly, but not in a sacramental marriage. And then around the fifth day, we went to see Father Yozo. When Father Yozo prayed over me, I had a very extraordinary experience where I felt my soul left my body and I was enveloped in the most amazing light and peace. And I remember thinking to myself, is this heaven? And if this is, I will do whatever it takes to have this for all eternity. And so that was the beginning of many healings that I've received here and many blessings and graces for myself, for others.
In which way healings? Can you describe the path a bit about this healing and grace?
Well, yes. I mean, I was in mortal sin. And I was not married in the church. And of course, I was guided wrongly by a priest, a well-intentional priest. But I was convicted. And in my heart, I was told to go see Father Bob. Father Bob Hughes is a well-known Marian priest in the Bay Area, and he is the spiritual director of many prayer groups. So I went to see him, and it was the first time that a priest explained to me the church's teaching, Matthew 16:18, and whatever you bind on earth, and he explained to me the necessity of being in the state of grace. So I said to him, well, then, we're going to have an annulment for my husband's marriage. So I don't want to have sex with my husband until I'm married in the church. And he said, okay. He says, he gave me good advice and his blessing. And of course I came home and told my husband.
I'm so happy.
Well, he felt he was Protestant. So he felt God had already blessed our marriage because we were married by a non-denominational priest. So, but he agreed. And so for 2.5 years, we lived a celibate life. And, we failed a couple of times, but I went back to Father Bob and he just kept encouraging me. I went to Our Lady of Guadalupe Shrine in 1992. And of course, that had already been 2 years since we were waiting for his annulment. And then we found out that feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe in December 12th, his annulment came through and that we could get married. And we got married on the Feast of the Holy Family that year. So it was, and
He was Protestant.
No, he's not Catholic. I don't know if he'll ever be Catholic. It was put on, a locutionist one time shared with me that, Our Lady said that his heart would be touched through my prayers. And I've seen that now. He is what I call my practicing non-Catholic. He attends Mass with me, adoration. We pray the rosary, the Chaplet of Divine Mercy.
It's coming.
It's his journey. And I'm a control freak, so it's been hard to just let God do his thing with him. He's on his own journey, but he's a wonderful man. He's such a good man. So.
And what's the favorite place for you here? You have a favorite one?
That's tough. Probably Apparition Hill. Probably Apparition Hill. I love Blue Cross too, but
The peaceful places.
I do. Yeah. And I love the silence. I have to find the silence. It's tough when you come here because there's so many pilgrims. I'm happy that they're here because responding to Our Lady's invitation to be here, but it's a little, I love just wherever I can find the peace and quiet to pray and to be alone.
And can you tell maybe what Jesus did in your life? How it changed you profoundly?
Oh my gosh. I did not, my conversion and my intimacy with Jesus did not come right away. It was about 1.5 years. It was Blessed Mother, Blessed Mother. And then it was like one day she said, I'm going to introduce you to my son now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great love. And she brought me to our Eucharistic Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I was on a high, spiritual high, and I just kept coming back to Medjugorje, kept coming back and getting more healings, I would say, from my past.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't live a good life. I was in mortal sin for years. Sadly, it took my mother's death to, come back. But I did. And
Did your mother pray the rosary?
yes.
That's
Yes,
why
she
you are
did.
Here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mother.
Yeah.
Like me?
Yes.
Mother, grandmother.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And, there are a lot of people that think God the Father is an angry old man with a white beard who wants to put us to hell, and he's not. How is God the
Oh my gosh, she's so loving.
Mm-hmm.
I say that little prayer to God the Father every morning. I just love him. And it's the Trinity is truly a mystery because it's, for me, I have a strong devotion to the two hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, that's an apostolate I did I made the 2-heart prayer booklet,
Mm-hmm.
and, it's a fruit of Medjugorje,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gone out all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And, but Jesus brought me to the Father, and, he's so kind. He's so gentle. And it's something you just have to experience. You can't give it to other people. You have to experience
In
it.
the heart, no?
Yeah.
Did you have kind of a rebirth in the spirit moment in your life?
Not that I can think of offhand.
Gentle way, step by step.
It's just a lot of healings through confession.
Mm-hmm.
People just have a hard time going to confession. For me, it never was.
Tell them
I-
why they don't have to have fear.
It's such healing. It really is a great healing. And it's so powerful that to go to confession. And the more often we go, the more we see those little black spots and things that we say, things that I think that are not pleasing to God.
Mm-hmm.
I have a short temper.
Mm-hmm.
I can easily say it's from my father and his mother, but no, it's something I have to work on. And it's so easy here because we feel so protected
Mm-hmm.
here, and we get the graces to want to go to confession, want to go to mass, want to pray.
Maybe it's good, to tell people also you can offer masses for your ancestors.
Oh, I do all the time. I have masses said for the holy souls all the time. I have strong devotion
Beautiful.
to the
And
holy
you see
souls.
that it works, no? That something changes, no?
And we have masses said for our family, the living and the dead, all the time. That's so efficacious.
This helps, no?
Oh, yes.
And what would you tell people why to come to Medjugorje at the end?
Because it's the most peaceful place on earth. It's heaven on earth. It really is heaven on earth. And ignore what anybody tells you. It's so special. Our Lady is here welcoming us with her open arms, and she is so loving and merciful, and she will guide us. She guides us, and she speaks to our heart. And she encourages us. And when we fall, she's right there to pick us up and bring us to confession. She is. She truly is.
And you told me, tell about the booklet you have. You said,
So there's a 2-heart prayer booklet. We gave the last ones out. We have a few more back at the home, but
I
I don't have one. Melissa, do you have a 2-heart prayer booklet? There's a gentleman I gave one to yesterday, and he wanted some, so I gave them all to him.
What's it about?
It's everything Catholic. It's very Orthodox. It has everything from examination of conscience based on the Catechism of the Catholic Church. It's apologetics. It's got paragraphs of each sacrament that was instituted by Jesus. A lot of Protestants think we made up the sacraments, but we did not. It's all in sacred scripture. It's got quotes from saints. I think we've distributed about 35,000 of these books. And they've gone out everywhere. They're in Eucharistic chapels. I saw a lady yesterday struggling to form her conscience. So I gave her a prayer booklet and she was able to use it. And so many people have said, I didn't know all this was sins. They think thou shalt not kill. It just means, well, I didn't kill anyone. But when we speak bad of someone, we've just ruined their reputation. Yeah. So it has everything from morning prayers, evening prayers, everything in between, all the traditional Catholic prayers that we all love. They're mostly all in there. I'll tell you a miracle that happened in Medjugorje with the prayer book. Do you know Spirit Daily, Michael Brown? He and my friend Lynn Hoffman, who has just died, they had a group here, and somebody was possessed, and so a woman was looking for the chaplet of St. Michael. She couldn't find it. So she picked up the Two-Heart Prayer booklet, and she found it in there. She started praying the chaplet of St. Michael. She went back to it. The chaplet of St. Michael before 2009 was never in there. It miraculously was in the prayer book when she needed it. So when we revised it in 2009, it's in there now. So St. Michael chaplet is a very powerful chaplet to say. Mm-hmm. And that was St. Michael letting me know it needs to go in the prayer book.
Now, what would you tell? You said an intimate relationship with Christ. How can somebody have that intimate?
Prayer. Everything's prayer. We cannot have you cannot love somebody whom you don't know. And if you don't, how am I going to love you if I don't spend time with you? When you spend time with Jesus, he just gives you more than you could ever give him. And it's that desire. If we have the desire, he does way more than we do. He doesn't want us to come to him when we think we're holy. No, he wants our love. He wants, yeah.
Our Lady's Name.
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
You're welcome. God bless you. Thank you.